In this video, we're going to take a look at Masters 1, Red Stripe 17. This is the first half of Heian, Shodan, Kata, or what we like to call the Hammer Fist Kata, or Pinan, Nidan Kata. So let's take a look at it. It involves a couple of basic techniques. One of the techniques is a hammer fist. Then you have a stepping punch or a hoisty, and then you have a low block and a rising block. So basically 5 techniques in 2 stances. In your stance, the back stance I want to address first. So in a back stance, your feet are actually in a line. So I want one foot to point to the side, the other foot points straight ahead. I want my feet to be 2 shoulder widths in length, both knees bent. My weight is slightly shifted to the back leg. So from the side point of view, if you're looking at my feet, one foot is pointed to the side, the other foot is pointed straight ahead. 2 shoulder widths apart roughly, both knees bent, weight slightly shifted to the back. So this would be my back stance. In a front stance, your feet are 1 shoulder width apart, 2 shoulder widths long. So I'll back up a hair so you can see that. So if my one leg is way out here, 2 shoulder widths in front. Both feet are facing to the front. What I'm trying to do is really work my techniques and angles of driving forward, so the front leg is forward. Front knee is bent, back leg is somewhat straight, not all the way. You want to make sure your foot's not pointed this way. I want everything to be kind of working to the front. Your foot's not going to get completely to the front, but we do want it to be about 45 degrees off to the side. So this would be my front stance. Let's take a look at the actual kata. So the first technique of the kata is going to be a hammer fist strike, striking with the bottom of your fist, doing this motion in a big circle. I want to use my shoulder, my chest, and my back to make the technique strong. I just don't want elbow motion doing it. It needs to be a big circular motion with my arm, and I don't want my arm straight because if I hit my elbow, I will hyperextend it, so the elbow is slightly bent. So the first movement of the kata, we're in ready position. We're going to step to our left, as all the Heian katas do first. Left leg is going to move to a back stance. I'm going to do my little fold here, and this hand's going to go into hammer fist motion while the other hand is being pulled back, landing in a hammer fist position this way. Then I want to aim my fist out so I can step and punch. I'm going to take a step with my back leg to a front stance and execute a punch. From here, the hand that's out is going to fold to my ear so I can prepare to do a low block. The other hand's going to go down low so my elbows are touching, bringing my guards in to protect myself. Front leg will move back to the center. I can turn. I'm going to step to my right side and do a low block. The next thing I'm going to do is practice that same thing on my other side by moving my front leg over and doing that hammer fist strike. I'm going to aim with my front hand, taking a step with my back leg into a front stance and punch. From here, the same fold, so the hand that's out will fold to my ear, the other hand coming forward to give me that folding position for a low block. Move your front leg back to center, then back to where you're moving towards the front. And from here, we're going to do our low block as well. Then we're going to do 3 high blocks. So the next thing I want to do is fold for my high block. So this hand is going to go across my body and get ready to fold. The other hand's going to go here. I take a step forward, block once, fold again, take a step forward, block twice, fold again, take another step forward, block, and kia. Aya! Just like that. And I'm going to show you the kata one more time. This time I'm going to just move through the technique so that you can follow along if you'd like to. So ready position is here. First technique, hammer fist, step punch, fold, low block, shift, hammer fist, aim, step, punch, fold, step, low block. We're going to fold here, step forward, high block 1, rising block 2, in our third rising block. So those are the requirements, the first half of that kata for your Red Stripe 17 Masters 1. In this video segment, we're going to take a look at the Heian katas. Here we're looking at that Heian Shodan kata, and what I want to do now is with the microphones and video, we're going to take a look at the applications of what's going on with the actual technique, so it can show you what you're doing, and that way you should practice, you have a better idea to visualize. It's really important that you visualize. All of the katas have multiple interpretations, so it's important to keep in mind that one interpretation might not necessarily be exactly what that move is. No one really knows. Several of the techniques have been kind of lost to time, but through practice I've kind of figured out this is what I think these movements are, and it's the way that we practice and interpret the techniques. All katas can be punching and kicking, right? So the opening move of the kata, if somebody throws a punch at me, I can literally do a hammer fist and then step in and control my punch, right? So if I'm opening that up in the kata, that is absolutely an application. Practice the same thing to the other side. If I'm going this way here, right, I'm doing a low block, he throws a kick. He's low blocking and then he's punching me, and then I'm going to throw my high block up, right? So, those applications to the kata are completely viable. So you could be blocking a kick, doing a high block, blocking a punch that's coming at you in the form, doing a low block, stepping and punching somebody just like what we did in the taekyokus. What I think is going on though is that in this particular kata, you're talking about the levels of fighting. So the Heian katas were originally called Pinan, and Pinan Shodan is what we practice today as Pinan Nidan, which would be the second kata, is what we practice today as Heian Shodan. It's a little bit easier kata to practice, but I want you to keep in mind it's actually the second kata in the series of Heians. So it's a little confusing, but if you understand that concept, then you understand the normal flow of a fight is I'm here, I'm dealing with stuff, I'm going to block. But then the second aspect of the fight is when somebody's actually grabbing you. And more than likely, they're going to grab your limbs first. So whether it's your wrist or your leg, they're going to be grabbing your limbs first. So the way that we want to address this is anytime that we're being grabbed, we also want to think what's the most common thing is they're going to punch us with the other hand. That's what's happening, okay? So if we think about that, and I issue my hammer fist, I'm now getting outside of the realm of the attack, and I'm defending against this puncher, and now I'm going to grab his hand, and then step in and throw my own punch. Boom, so I'm punching him. So I'm punching in the jawline, be able to throw my attack in there. From there, I'm going to turn and do my low block, and what I'm actually doing is I'm hopefully gotten back here behind my opponent, I'm close to him, and I'm going to grab him and be able to pull him down. Whether I grab the jawline, or be able to get underneath the chin line, I'm really wanting to control the head. So for practice, I'm doing a hammer fist, throwing a punch, grab this jawline. So let's turn this way so they can kind of see it, right? So if I'm here, throwing my hammer fist out, throwing a punch to get inside, I'm trying to get behind him. I'm going to grab his jawline and pull, and that's where I can execute my throw pretty easily. I want to try to control a strike in here. First extra techniques, those are perfectly viable, but it's just understanding that I'm pulling through the takedown. When we practice with a partner, to be safe, we're going to do hammer fist, punch, grab the shoulder, pull, and then that's where I can execute the first technique. So the first opening movement of the kata, 1, 2, 3. Do it the other side, 1, 2, 3. Keep in mind this works against the cross grip. So the opposite hand is grabbed. Now, what happens if the same hand grabs? Can I do the hammer fist, step and punch? Sure, I can still do that, but I've got to worry now about this other hand that's going to attack me. He's going to punch me with that other hand. So in this motion, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be pulling this hand back, right? So if I'm pulling this hand back, I'm going to step with the other hand in to where his elbow is and lock this arm up this way. I could also just be stripping the grip and getting him to loosen up. So those are my high blocks going down the center. So it's important that I'm pulling this hand back this way so that I can remove the hand, or I'm pulling the hand back this way and grabbing, and I'm going underneath that elbow so that I can get a straight arm lock there. So that would be your high blocks going in.